Tropical Cyclone Maila is continuing to move towards Papua New Guinea's mainland, and there are serious concerns for remote islands in its path. PNG correspondent Marian Farr has more from Port Moresby.
Cyclone Maila has already caused quite a bit of damage across parts of Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands. We've seen images of widespread flooding, buildings and houses that have been torn down, fallen trees and power lines, and huge waves battering coastlines. There's also been reports of one death on the island of East New Britain. Someone was killed in a landslide after heavy rainfall. Now, Cyclone Maila peaked in intensity as a Category 5 system a couple of days ago. It's now dropped down to a Category 3 system and is moving towards the PNG mainland. Models show that it's likely to come in direct contact with a couple of islands in Milne Bay province, and they're likely to be the hardest hit, in particular Woodlark and Budi islands. It's been quite difficult to establish communications with people in those areas, but I've been speaking to emergency responders who hold grave concerns, particularly for Budi, which has a population of just a couple of hundred people. Now, it's a very flat island, so it will be difficult for residents there to seek shelter and higher ground when we see these big swells coming through. Another thing about this storm is that it's very slow moving, so it has the potential to linger around and cause quite a lot of destruction to the communities that come in contact with it. Authorities currently have warnings in place for all coastal areas in the Milne Bay and Bougainville regions, and they're urging people in those parts of the country to seek higher ground and shelter as this storm passes through.
And Marian, is this cyclone still expected to impact far north Queensland?
So models currently show Cyclone Maila moving towards Australian waters. It's likely the storm will lose intensity as it interacts with some of the landmass around Papua New Guinea, and forecasters are predicting that it will make landfall early next week around the Cape York region north of Cooktown as a Category 2 system. The Bureau of Meteorology does say that there's a chance it could further weaken over that time, and that would be welcome news to people in that part of Australia who are still recovering from Tropical Cyclone Maila just a few weeks ago. So if they can avoid another severe storm, I'm sure they'll be glad about that. But it's still a few days away, so we'll keep a watch and see how this cyclone develops.
Marian Farr in Port Moresby, thank you.